Eileen Armstrong, Editor-in-Chief of SC Magazine, welcoming you to SC in Focus, yet another informational offering from our publication that really enables us to meet with various and sundry information security professionals to get some trends, get a take on happenings, just talk shop. We're actually coming to you from Protect 2011, which is an HP ArcSight enterprise user event. It's been going on every year for about 5 years in the DC area. And here with me right now is Chris Wilkinson, who is with immixGroup, where he is Senior Manager of Cybersecurity Technologies. And I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you think both public and private entities are doing as far as protecting the critical infrastructure, especially in light of all the attack types we've seen recently.
Sure. So our cybersecurity practice is one part of our technology resale business at immixGroup, and we're in the cybersecurity practice. We focus on providing cybersecurity technologies exclusively to the public sector. We're looking to provide them technologies that are going to help them secure their network, help them continuously monitor the network, and effectively accomplish their mission. Each and every one of our cybersecurity prospects or customers in the federal government would agree that in the cyber domain today, against the threats that we face today, we're well behind the 8 ball, if you will, in keeping up with the threats that we face. If you look at cybersecurity, the concerns that we face, since cyber touches most everything that we do today, it poses threats to our economy, to our military operations, and to our really national security. So what I think the government has done well, again speaking specifically to the public sector, over time they've evolved to those threats. It seems like we're always behind the curve, but we started out seeing a focus in perimeter defense technologies, essentially trying to block things from hitting our network. Wasn't as effective as we would have liked to have been, so we saw an investment shift into the aggregation and correlation technologies like the security event and information management, or SIM technologies. As we started to understand more of what was on our network, correlating the different packets of information with the SIM technology, we started to see a need immediately to be able to forensically remediate malicious incidents or cyber attacks across the network from really one central location. So we saw an evolution to digital forensic investigations, again varying levels of success, moving into the network packet capture analysis and the session reconstruction technologies that we see today. All of those technologies used in conjunction help us more quickly and effectively identify the true malicious attacks that are penetrating the network today. So again, I say we have limited success across public sector, and we're starting to see new areas of weakness around source code analysis, application security. With the increased mobility, we're looking towards cloud security, securing mobile devices, and then again securing the applications that are hosted on those cloud networks.
So I was speaking to one of my editorial advisory board members just last week, and he works for a global firm. He was talking about this need for he and his peers to really turn to the people, processes, technologies, and using those, establish more adaptive controls to really be able to stand up to some of the attack types, very sophisticated attack types that we're seeing. I'm wondering, are you hearing that? What's your take?
It's a challenge for all public sector organizations as well, especially given the current budget constraints and only being able to invest in specific areas. The processes that we're seeing implemented are a prioritization of identifying your key assets, identifying your strategic information, the crown jewels of the organization, like we said earlier, to make sure that you're investing in best-of-breed capabilities to secure and monitor those assets to the best of your capability today. And then looking from that level down and creating a layered approach to criticality, the criticality of information, lesser prioritized information, understanding where we can assume more risk in the organization and still accomplish the mission, so that we can focus again on protecting the critical issues. The other thing that I think that we could take a look at is protecting ourselves against the insider threat is more about people than it may be about technology in my experience. It's about understanding who works for you, understanding what their role is, understanding what they do on a daily basis. And from there, you can start to look at what's normal. what's outside of the norm, and then make sure you go back and you investigate activity outside of the norm. For example, if you have an employee that's coming in on a Saturday that typically doesn't work weekends and they download 40 gigabytes of information, that's an abnormal behavior. It might be worth investigating. You might have information being exfiltrated from your agency, your program, or that would, I'm sure, would apply to a private industry as well.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, when we talk to our readers, insider threat is still a very high-risk area that they're grappling with on a daily basis. So.
And from a technology standpoint, we're starting to see automation built into technologies. We're starting to see ease of use appearing on each and every one of the technologies we represent, the roadmap, to make it easier for a lesser trained user or a lesser qualified user to still accomplish the mission effectively, again, in those risk mitigated areas where you may be managing less critical assets.
Well, you know, it's funny, my advisory board member did mention that at the end of the day, the global threat landscape has evolved at a pace that we've never seen before. And so the ultimate goal is resiliency. There's this notion, it's not an if you're going to get attacked, you're going to get attacked. Would you have any other words of wisdom that you could leave our readers with as we, you know, look to 2012 and we've dealt with all of these hacktivists and nation-state attacks like Stuxnet?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. I think the technology is going to need to continue to evolve to adapt to new and emerging threats. If you look at areas that are becoming hot button topics like cloud computing, increased mobilization, securing the mobile devices I think is going to be a real challenge. We're currently working with a number of cybersecurity vendors to figure out who's going to take leadership in that space. And cloud security, securing the applications on the cloud as well. Source code analysis, application security is becoming one of the largest percentages of breaches is actually through the source code itself. So I think those are going to be hot button topics that are going to continue to drive technology change in the near future.
Thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. I think we got a lot of great information here, and we certainly hope that you will click in again very soon.